Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the altcoin show. As you've requested by popular demand, voted that you would love to see the altcoin show on a daily basis. And so now we have the two shows. If you haven't checked out my other show earlier, a few hours ago, earlier today, the crypto show that I do that daily, that comes out at about 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. At the moment, the altcoin show is coming out around about 12 Eastern Standard Time, which is about 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time if you're in the United States of America. But wherever you are tuning in from around the world, I want to welcome you to the channel. Really great to have you here. And for those of you who are regulars, you know what I'm going to say next, smash that like. That helps get the content out to more people and helps support the channel. Love all the comments. Really appreciate all the kind words that people take the time to post. And I do get back to the questions as soon as I'm able. Check out all the links in the description below. My cheat sheet is there. The Discord links are there. If you want to join the most amazing Discord on the planet, you can get signed up on the links below. My Twitter handle is there as well if you are on Twitter. Okay, so let's jump into the show there. First of all, what happened? Blob is on fire. Blob will be the mascot meme of Sui, as Sui will be the next soul in this cycle. Okay, interesting, Pat. And then once the network effect kicks in, all of them will chase it into Sui and find its best meme. This is your lifetime opportunity. Okay, do you even realize how early we are? Okay, how early we are here, all the way down here. And certainly I gave the Blob trade in the Discord when the market cap was 5 million. The market cap went over 20 million. It's been a 400% trade. And yesterday people were asking, is it still buying the pullback? It pulled back to 37 with all the zeros in front of it. And that would have been a good time to add some. And some of you may have, because it then jumped up while I was sleeping to 87. And now it's pulled back a little bit. I will be updating in the Discord where I feel there might be some good entries. But certainly around, if it does come back to that 12 or $15 million market cap, that's probably going to be where I'm going to look to add some Blob there. But certainly I will keep everybody informed as possible on the Discord there. And so make sure you check out the Discord. So Blob has been an absolute killer trade so far if you got in on that trade. Also, I would ask for those of you who have gotten some Blob or are going to get some Blob, coin market cap. Blob is doing 2 million daily volume and is the number one meme coin on Sui. Wouldn't you agree that CoinMarketCap owe it to the Web3 community to list Blob? And so you can help with this. I'm going to put a link in the description below. All you have to do is like it. You just have to smash the little like button that comes up, Blob. So when you go to CoinMarketCap, that will actually also help trend there as well. So that will help you and your portfolio and grow the price of Blob for you. So that's going to help you. So please make sure that you do that. Now, HNT, I've been sharing about a few days. I'm in a swing trade on that. I certainly cashed out 100% profit on my HODL trade, and now I'm back in on HNT. I regretted taking profit on the way up, but then selling out of my bag in profit. I was regretting that. I was looking to minimize my portfolio, and that was one that I regret having off. So I'm back in on HNT, but you can see here 3 carriers now testing offload to Helium. FOMO sitting in hard for all the carriers now. There will likely be an avalanche offload partnerships announced in the coming months or years. Certainly we'll cover HNT in the charts at the end. Solana whales are accumulating over 170,000 Solana with 23 million in the last 24 hours. Remember, we've got the Breakpoint conference coming up. Not too far away, actually, in about 9 days. Usually there is a Solana pump, and right now there hasn't been. So is that actually going to be a change from in previous years where Solana has absolutely pumped into the Breakpoint conference? We're going to see that pump. Certainly if we don't and there's a sell the news, that could certainly send Solana down. So please keep an eye on the Solana charts. Losing money holding Solana. Title may or not be clickbait, but I'll let you decide for yourself, says the short game king. Most users on Solana completely unaware of the daily inflation of Solana. Remember, they can keep adding to the supply because it has no capped supply. Unlike Sui has a capped supply. They can't keep minting tokens, okay? To say that I don't like Solana and that I'm not a Solana bull, I am. But certainly, therefore, recommendation here is what I am doing, which is via the Phantom wallet. I am actually using liquid staking, earning around about 7%. Actually, I might actually be earning around 12% on my Solana there because there is a 5% inflation according to this article here on Solana. So your Solana is actually being devalued by 5%. And so certainly that's something that you haven't done. Check that out there. I do have a video on how to set up Phantom and send Solana to Phantom. And certainly then there are some options there. I may do another video with a little bit more detail in there upcoming. Okay, Vitalik, you bull post, but then you sell more ETH. Vitalik just keeps selling his Ethereum. Guy says one thing and then does another. And so, yeah, I can't quite get it with this guy or with what's going on with Ethereum at the moment. Certainly, Ethereum community can be very frustrated about this situation. Sui has moved up 12% to reclaim $1. Again, I sold my Ondo. I rolled it into Sui and Blob. Sui moved up 20%. Now it's moved up a further 12%. So we've had a 30% pump since I made that trade. Plus Blob has gone up 400%. And so I do what I think I need to do best to make money in my portfolio. I don't get too attached to coins. I can also jump back into Ondo on a swing or a day trade. So if Ondo pumps, I'm not going to miss out. And this is the advantage of my 3-tier portfolio system, which I teach in Life-Changing Gains. Check that out. It's in the cheat sheet under the, I think it's the resources or education section. You can access all the videos there, and I teach exactly how I do that. Okay, and before we get to the charts, I'm just going to talk about some of these airdrops that are coming up. I think this TON station could be quite good. 7.5 million users joined the revolution. They know the listing is coming soon. And I believe that's the Soon token. And so I would encourage, if you haven't done that already, you can jump into my cheat sheet here, and I have all the information here. We have the TON station. You can click on this link, and it's been quite, I don't think there's any tap there at all with TON station. Just every 8 hours, you just claim your rewards. There's some tasks that you do that take a few minutes. It's probably been the least intensive of them all. And sometimes these ones end up giving the best and the biggest airdrops. I think there's only about 21 days left. I only started doing this about 7 days ago. So don't delay if you would like to get a free airdrop of the Soon token that is going to be launched. It's there. And so therefore, again, I use my dead time with that. So the TON station. The other one that I've been really loving, and I don't know what's going on, but Drift Party is top 10 grossing app. Hit another milestone. This is the one I have the most fun, or my son has the most fun. My 6-year-old son, he has the most fun playing this game. It's not a tap game. It's a little bit different. I really love it. And certainly there is an airdrop coming up on that. Check out Drift here. Again, I've got the link for Drift here. I also have Bloom, and Blue. It's the Elon Empire. That's coming up on the end of September. If you haven't started that, it's not too late to start. Jump in. Hamster Kombat. You don't know what you're going to get. You might as well try. Goal is another one. Hexacore. Hippo Gang has been a little bit of fun there. There's just some stuff. But POTUS is one that you should check out. It's been a little bit of fun. But yeah, Drift is another one on there. And then the POTUS one I just started with recently. And certainly this has been a little bit of fun. You choose your candidate there. You got a candidate to choose from, and then you just go through a whole bunch of fun stuff. A little bit of it is educational. You got to guess, and yeah, I just found it a little bit of fun. They've got I think they take their snapshot for the airdrop. I believe it's on November the 9th. It says on there the potential airdrop that they have. So I don't know why it says potential airdrop. I do hope there's going to be airdrop. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this one, but the little amount of time I spend on it, it has been a little bit of fun to play it there. But certainly, so I've added, there's 11 airdrops and growing. I'll keep adding airdrops to here. Of course, feel free to do some, one, none, or all of them. Okay, totally up to you. But certainly this is free money. All you have to do is connect your TON wallet to the game, and they will drop that free token into your wallet, and then you can just exchange it. As long as you've got a little bit of TON, you don't need very much TON, maybe a couple of TON coins in there, maybe about $10 worth, to do all these exchanges when all these airdrops go in, and then you sell it, and then you move it to exchange and take it out to cash. Okay, so there you go. There's just some airdrops there, some fun to have in the crypto space. I will be adding more and more here as I get to them. Okay, so let's look at the charts, and let's start with Arweave. Certainly seen a bit of a double bottom here, so we could have, this is still, for me, a buy, and I'm just going to go through each one of these very quickly. This is a buy for me. We've got a low, and then we've got a higher low here, so this is still a buy. Arweave is still a buy. Banana is still a buy at 39. I'm going to be doing an entire video just devoted to banana upcoming. This is still a buy for me. It's just over the 200 EMA. It's retesting at a support. That's a great entry right there. Obviously, if you're swing trading or day trading it, you may want to put a stop under the low there at around 35. Or if you're accumulating, this can be another buy area here. This is where I would add more. If 39, if we break down from here, I'm adding more at 35, and then probably more there at around the $29, $30 level for banana. But the banana for me, yes, is still a buy. All right, if we go down to HNT, HNT is not currently a buy. I got my first buy order, which has gotten hit several times, by the way, 770. And then obviously below that, 725 to 750, and then $7 down there. And if we got down even lower, around $6.70 there for HNT. Check out the cheat sheet for all my entry levels for HNT and also my take profit levels there as well. I bought HNT in the last bull run, went from $4 to around $60 and made a good, well over a good 10x there. Casper, is this still a buy? It's just still a buy. So in this area here, I think we're just breaking above the 50-day moving average here, or are we testing it as resistance or retesting it here? You can certainly see, again, the 200 EMA. What a great place to accumulate here, down around 14 and 13 cents if you got in there like I did. Absolutely fantastic. And now we've got resistance at the 50-day moving average there. Let's click that over the 4-day chart. Maybe we can get a little bit, zoom in a little bit closer there. And so, yeah, so we have broken above it, and we are currently retesting it as support. So right now there is an entry here, right here on the show for Casper. Certainly if it breaks down the 200 EMA on the 4 hour, more entries here at the low 16s, and then the lower part of this band into the 15s again. And of course, if we go down any lower, down to that 13 and 14. Once we kind of break above 17, is it still an entry? Yeah, look, you're starting to get more aggressive, and you risk the downside there, but certainly it's an entry here. If this plays out and we retest this 50-day moving average, then we're going to go on to that 21 cent mark and retest the all-time high there. That can be a great little trade for Casper. Render is still a buy. Oh, look at that. We kind of had a bit of a jump up. Remember the other day I was saying this was still a buy, and this is doing the same thing at the moment. A lot of these charts are looking very similar. We've broken above the 200 EMA on the 4-hour and the 50-day. We've retested it as support. Currently that's holding. If this takes off, then obviously that could just absolutely fly there. So there is an entry there right now on Render. Okay, so as soon as I get off the stream, I'm going to take trades on Casper and Render there. Okay, so that can be a great trade. And then you would put your stop loss, obviously. Oh, and here we are again. I'm just putting it, as you can see, look, this is what I identified yesterday. We've got the low, then we've got the higher low, okay? And now we've broken through that, and so we are certainly, as soon as this turns green, that's super bullish for me, and it's starting to turn green. 4-hour, it's probably started to turn green. The band, yes, the band has flipped to green. So that actually would have been the ideal entry, which I identified yesterday on yesterday's show, okay? We have another entry here. This is confirmation. This is for a more conservative trader that would like a little bit more confirmation. So obviously the stop loss can probably go below, I'm looking here below around about Well, yeah, it depends where you want to put it. You could put it under this low here, or you could put it under the bands here, or you could actually move to the shorter term time frame and look to put it somewhere just under $5 as well. There's the 200 EMA on the hourly time frame. And if you really want to short term trade this thing and have a more aggressive stop loss, then you would put it under around about $5.15 or under about $5.11 if you want it to be a little less aggressive there on the stop loss. Okay, so let's move SUI, Solana. Okay, Solana, let's move to the daily here. And Solana is still, we've got a similar thing here. So just watch for this on the daily. We have the low, and now we have a higher low. So we saw this play out with Render. We're seeing it hopefully play out with Awi. We're seeing it play out with Casper. Now we need to look to break above the 200 EMA, retest that as support, and bust above, and then break through that, retest that, and then we're off. So there's a couple of places you could take the trade. You could front run it, add it here. You could front run it here, and on the retest, add it, or you could add it on, be a more conservative trader and take it here at about 147 currently as it comes up on the retest. Take the trade, and then off you go. And then just remember to put your stop losses, the same way as you can see. I use the ribbons. If you don't know the ribbons, if you haven't added, you've got to see my life-changing gain series. I show you how to add the ribbons indicator. These are the EMA ribbons, and they're absolutely golden there. As we look on Solana on the 4-hour chart, have we begun to flip green there? We certainly have. So again, this could have been the place to take the trade that I identified yesterday. Remember, when I say that it's a buy, then in my opinion, it's a buy. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? And so this is the way that I trade and how I take trades. And as you can see, it's turning out pretty good because every coin that I've said has been a buy from the last 2 days has taken off. Okay. And I'm honest with you because with HNT, I'm saying it's not a buy. Okay, I told you that SUI was a buy. I told you there was an inverse head and shoulder. Where on Josh's show, I identified the inverse head and shoulders on the daily, and he charted this for you, handing these trades to you on a platter. And so if you took that trade, you would be up significantly. Because what we've done is we busted through the 50-day, retested a support, off we went, took the trade through this trend line. I gave that to you as well. And then the 200 EMA, broken through that. Looks like we're retesting that as support. Have we even retested that as support? We may come back and retest that. There may be a second chance into this trade. Yeah, it doesn't look like we've come back to retest this as support. Oh, we're pretty close. But it doesn't have to. But certainly if it comes back here to this trend line, this could be a place to enter the trade at 96. That's more aggressive. You want to come down a little bit further here, then obviously it's back down to around 86, where the 200 EMA is on the 4-hour, or you could come down and grab it here at around about 97, 98, where the 200 EMA is on the daily time frame. But you can see when it changes from red to green, it's go time. It's go time. That's the place that you can put the trade, and you can just put the stop loss under this lower band. Or if you want to be less aggressive with your stop loss, you can find like a moving average, like the 50-day moving average sitting there at about 83 cents. And that was a killer trade there. And that's why I did move my Ondo over to SUI for that reason. And that ended up being an absolute home run. So far for me, I think this could just keep going up, but we could have a little bit of a retest there. Certainly going down to the hour trade, you can see there could also be an entry here at 98 if you wanted to be super aggressive, or even at 89 down here. So there's just certain areas you can move around with. You can see as soon as that went red to green, it's go time, even on the hour. And on the 15 minutes, if you want to be even more aggressive, you could have taken that trade when it went from red to green over here on the 11th of September, just yesterday, 89. And then as soon as it broke up, you get in the trade here. As soon as you see it go green, you put your stop loss underneath this lower band here, or the 200 EMA on the 15-minute time frame, and then you ride the trade up. And so just finishing up here, what have we got left to do? We've got Potenza Tau here. And again, this is looking very similar to SUI and Render and Casper. And it took off already. It took off, and this is looking pretty good for me. The 50-day moving average is acting as resistance. We have the 200 EMA. So we have a lot of space to jump up. And if we break through here and retest the support, this could be an entry here. So if you're a more conservative trader, I would be looking at the 50-day moving average and this trend line here. This is the 618 over here. That if we break that, retest that, then we could be really just fresh air up there, up to about 330. Let's have a look at this on the 4-hour time frame here for Tau. Okay, so you've seen what happens. So it's broken through the 200. Again, as soon as it went red to green, you take the trade. I'm actually going to show you this indicator before the end of the show if you haven't added it. So even on any time frame, the 4-hour, bang, here's the trade. Take it, off you go. And then you would put the stop loss under the lower band here. Okay, so that went up. It took off the races, busted through the trend lines, retested this trend line, busted through the 200 EMA on the 4-hour, retested that, pushed up again, and hasn't quite busted through the here. So the trade to take on this one was be as soon as it breaks through the 50-day moving average, comes up, retests it as support, that's the entry point right there. Okay, that's the entry point for the trade. Now, some people like to front run this stuff and say, I think it's going to do that. I'm going to add it now. And then you put your stop loss, somewhere under here at around, at the bottom, at around 268 on the 4-hour. But I think it's better to trade these on the shorter time frames. If you're going for a shorter trade, go to the shorter time frames. I've said the entry around 265 to 275, but certainly if you break above the 50-day moving average and it retests the support, we may not come down and see that. You'll just be waiting forever. So then you shift and you adapt, and then you say, now I take the trade as it comes down and hits that 50-day moving average, currently sitting at around 288, 289 level. You could see it go down even further to the 270s, 260s, and even back to the 240s. See my cheat sheet for where I'm taking profits on here, but I'll probably look at actually taking some profits here at 330 at the 200 EMA and the daily. I do feel there'll be some resistance here, as you can see here, resistance, here, resistance, here, resistance as well. I think we'll see some resistance, and there is a Lux Algo order block there as well. And then I think we could pull back, and then I would re-enter the trade and then go again. And then once we break through, I'll get back in the trade on a retest of the 200 EMA on the daily. If you want to know what this indicator is, just click on your little indicators tool, and it's the ribbon. Just type in the ribbon. And it's the ribbon for scalping 5 to 15 minute time frames. Ideally, you use it on the 5 to 15 minute time frames. You can even use it on the 1 minute time frame. Actually, if you're a real DGen trader there, 5 to 15, I usually use it on the 15 minute time frame. And so certainly that's, you can add that to your trading view, and that will show up on all time frames. But I use it on the 4-hour and the 1 day and the 1 hour, as well as the 15 minute time frame as well. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please make sure you check out my cheat sheet, check out my show that I posted earlier, and until the next episode, happy trading.